Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video with Brooklyn. How are you all doing this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday in America morning, in Europe here afternoon, okay? So I want to get started right away. I'm not going to hold you up long, but I want to come on here and I want to show you some Christmas gifts that I received from Romani while here in Europe, okay? So we're going to start right off with this lovely, lovely, lovely velvet box, okay? And what's inside of it is a beautiful, beautiful African violet ring, okay? It's a deep purple African violet gemstone. Beautiful. And anyone that knows Brooklyn knows that Brooklyn loves large rings. Okay, so if you can see the detail, it's a lot of diamonds. It's a beautiful piece, okay? Now, what's really unique about this piece of jewelry is we all know, for those of us who like jewelry, who love jewelry, I love jewelry, right? We know that it can be expensive when you have to have a piece of jewelry sized, okay? Normally when I have a ring of this magnitude, this size here, I like to wear it on my middle finger because I have such large fingers. I just have the room for it on my larger finger, right? So I like to wear it on my middle finger. And to have a ring size it can be massive. The price can be massive, right? So this particular ring, which we did not know while it was still in the showcase, was that you can size it yourself. And it's not costume jewelry. This is not costume jewelry. This is white gold, okay? And you can size it yourself. Over here in Europe now, the jeweler told us that they are making their rings sizable, that you can size it yourself. They're doing their yellow gold that way, they're doing their white gold that way, and they're doing their sterling silver, their 925s that way, okay? Because that's just a new trend here in Europe. I know we have sizable rings in United States, but a lot of those rings are costume jewelry, okay? This is not costume jewelry, but you can size it yourself. They have it here where you can just open it and close it yourself. And I thought that was wonderful because the first thing when I saw the ring, I thought to myself, when we were there at the jeweler's, I thought to myself, well, I'm going to have this ring sized. We're going to have to let him size this ring. And because I just automatically knew it wasn't going to be ready to go on this finger, that it would be ready to go on my ring finger, So when he took it out of the showcase, I put it straight on my ring finger and it fit. I didn't look at the back. So when Romani asked the man, he was like, well, we're going to have it sized because she want to wear it on her middle finger. The man was like, good thing you said that. Let me show you something. He said, you can size it now yourself. So I've never seen a genuine piece of jewelry to be sizable. I've seen costume jewelry be sizable. So I thought that was very, very unique. And I'm able to wear it on any finger I want to. And I don't have to worry about spending a large sum of money. Because I just had a ring sized back in the summer at a local jewelry store in the States. And it was like, it went up one size. It was white gold. And it was like $75, $80. And it went up only one size. So that's kind of steep, and I'm just grateful that, this ring is sizable. And you don't have to worry about it tarnishing because it's genuine metal. And, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful ring. So that is my gift. That's number one. Okay. So, and I enjoy it. It's a gorgeous ring. So number two was in this gift bag here. It's in a blue gift bag with a gold bow. And it is Giorgio Armani perfume. And it's called My Way. Okay. So guys, I opened it already and I did spray some of it. And it smells wonderful. This is the bottle. And it's like a midnight blue topaz lid. And that's beautiful. And then it has the silver embracing it, and it has Giorgio Armani written across the top, and it has My Way, and it smells so good, guys. And I showered before I went to bed last night, put this on, and woke up this morning. It was just like I sprayed it, like I had just sprayed it, and I had it on my body for over 10 hours, okay? Then I got up this morning, took another shower, got dressed, went out, sprayed some more, and it's still on me. So this is, I love it. Giorgio Armani's My Way, and it smells awesome. It really does. The third gift that I received is this handbag by Giorgiani. Yeah. And it's a brown leather bag with all the gold hardware. And I hope I'm saying the name right. And it has a pocket in the back here, to put your little change and your cell phone. And also on the inside, it has a typical cell phone holder and other storage and everything. And I got it full. Okay. And then you have the adjustable strap here. Very nice bag. Pocketbook, purse. I love all the gold chains. Anything that's blinging, anything that's shiny, Brooklyn wants. It's like candy. So while I'm doing this video, I do want to give a shout out and send my condolences to Bettywhite's family. And, she was a phenomenal actress, and we are going to miss her. I still watch The Golden Girls, and I love Sophia, Dorothy, Blanche, and, Rose, Betty White. They were all phenomenal. So the last Golden Girl has gone, and it was just a shock because it was like, that's one person you thought that was going to never die. I mean, she was like 2 weeks shy of turning 100 before the new year came in, or however, when her birthday is, I'm not sure, but she was 2 weeks shy of being 100. And it was just amazing that she lived that long, and she lived an awesome life. And from what I'm reading and from what I'm understanding, that she was a very, very nice person, a very, very warm person, and a very, very funny. Of course, we know that, and just a friendly, magnificent person, to just be around. And so she's going to be missed, And I also want to talk on Megan Good's divorce for just a short minute. I wish her and her husband, her ex-husband, the best. I do. But if I had one question for Megan, I would want to ask her. She made statements not 2 months before her divorce was filed that they were together for life, and that God had put them together. God told her that was her husband, and they were going to start a family, and that they were just best friends, and they were inseparable. And then 2 months later, they're filing for a divorce. And I would just want to ask the question, if God told you that that's your husband, if God tell you that that's your spouse, how is it then that you can take it upon, I'm going to say, yourselves to get a divorce and walk away from God's will, if you're saying that's God's will? Because now, I'm not saying that he didn't tell her that that was her husband. I'm not saying that. And I know that we can change our destinies, because the word does say, the Bible does say, do not lean into your own understanding, right? So were you in God's will, and are you now in his permissive will? A permissive will is something that he will allow you to do, but that's not what he wants for you, And I strongly feel that if he says that this is your spouse, he looks at the heart. He doesn't look at the outer man. So he already knows what's going to happen before it happens. So why would he tell you this is your spouse just to waste your time, knowing that it's going to end in a divorce? God does not waste time. He does not waste time. He doesn't. So if he tells you that's your spouse, he already knows it's going to be for the long haul. He looks at the heart. He's not a God that guesses and say, well, I'm put them together, but it might not work. If he tells you that's your spouse, then it's going to work, because everything he does is perfect. Everything he does is perfect. So if he tells you that's your spouse, that's your husband, that's your wife, and you wind up getting a divorce, you have to question yourself. Did he really say that? Because you have to be careful what voice you think you're hearing. and what somebody tells you that y'all look good together, or what you thinking, oh, I like him, I want him, I want her. Because God does not put people together and say, this is who I want you with, and then tell you to get a divorce. She didn't say God told them to get a divorce. She said they both came to an agreement. So they both decided to go against God's will ultimately and get a divorce. So my thoughts on that is, when you are out of God's will, nothing works. Nothing works. She wants to pursue her career. He has things going on. But at the same time, when we are out here, the layman man, looking at the entertainment world, and there he's a minister, she's, what they would say, a first lady. And I do this because they call ministers' wives first ladies. So, and we're looking at her, she's glamorous and he's good looking and they got this beautiful career. A lot of times you look at that as relationship goals, but we don't know what goes on inside someone's house. We don't know what goes on in someone's home, because just October, November, they were doing interviews. They were doing videos about how perfect their marriage was. I mean, literally, like, our marriage is just God sent, and we do everything together. We keep no secrets from each other. We are in this for the long haul. And then here it is, December 2021, right before the new year, they're filing for a divorce. And it just, you don't know. You can't look at someone else's relationship and try to look at it as your relationship goes. People want to be like, Beyonce and Jay-Z. People was looking at Will Smith and Jada. People were looking at Megan and her husband, Pastor Franklin. But you don't know what's going on in someone else's home and someone else's relationship until it's revealed, because what's done in the dark comes to light. And a lot of times you get out there and you talk about your relationship, and I'm not going to say boasting and bragging, but you should just keep a lot of things in your relationship to yourself and let people on the outside just look in, so they won't have an expectation. Because it was a shock to everyone that she's going through a divorce, because it seems so perfect to the outside world, and nothing's perfect. I know that, but it seems so perfect because they were always in the spotlight talking about their relationship. Now they're saying that they both decided they want a divorce, and she's pursuing her career. He's going on doing what he wants to do. But at the same time, when you're married, it's a covenant. Especially, I'm not saying all marriages are ordained, because I've been married and my marriages was not ordained. They were ordained by Brooklyn and they failed, okay? I'm saying if your marriage is ordained by God and he's telling you that's your spouse, then to me, that would be a lifetime. That would be a lifetime. I don't understand how you would go and you would get a divorce after you said the Lord told you to be married to this man. And the Lord told him to be married to you. Now, I don't really remember him saying it, but I know she did. But they both said they were in it forever because God joined them together. He told her, this is your husband. You will marry him. This is your husband. And I just don't think God wastes his time. I don't think that he would say something like that and then knowing that it's not going to work, because he already knows everything. He knows the ending from the beginning. He knows the ending already before it even takes place. He knows how it's going to end. So he already knew that Megan and this man, her husband, not this man, but Pastor Franklin, was going to get divorced. He know that. So my question would be, why would he say, this is your husband, but I'm gonna let y'all going to get divorced to go separate ways? Where do he get the glory at? Because you can pursue your career and do all you need to do and still be happily married. So when marriages end in divorce, there's some turmoil going on in the relationship. That's why I always say, don't look at relationship goals. Look at relationships and want to have your relationship mimicked after someone else's relationship. Is not good, because you just don't know what's going on in someone else's relationship. I'm not down in Megan. I'm not putting her down. I'm not questioning God. But it just came to me thinking that, if God tells me that this man is my husband, then I expect that I'm going to be with this man until death do me part. And it's going to work because God joined us together. He specifically told me, this is my husband. He specifically told him I was his wife. Specifically. So to me, if he specifically says this is who you are supposed to be with, then I don't think that it would end in divorce. But that's my opinion. I'm not God and I'm not in her relationship. That's just, anytime, just like when he told Jonah to go to Nineveh land, right? To preach the gospel and tell the people of Nineveh to repent or he was going to destroy them. Nineveh ran, Jonah ran to another place and got swallowed by a large fish, right? Because he didn't want to do the will of the Lord. He didn't want to do the will of the Lord. But what happened when he ran the other direction? He got in trouble. So a lot of times when you are in the will and you decide you want to leave the will, it's not going to work. That's my point. If they leave in a relationship that God ordained to go pursue different avenues, I just don't see how it could be successful, because now if God was in that relationship, he's not going to leave that relationship that he ordained and go be in another one. If that relationship was the relationship, then that's the relationship. Jonah got in trouble because he did not do what he told him to do. This is my will. Go preach to these people. If you do not do this, you're going to be in trouble. And that's what happened. They threw him overboard and he got swallowed up because he was out of the will. He was out of the will. And a lot of times we can do that. And a lot of times we just think that we hear the Lord's voice. And it happened to me too. It happened to me too. I thought the Lord told me that I was going to be with this particular person, and it was not. It was not. The devil was setting me up all kinds of ways. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we just have to be careful. So I'm not knocking her. I'm not knocking her whatsoever. I'm just, putting that question that you have to be careful. And I do wish them the best. I wish them the best. I wish them all the success in whatever they are going to put their hands to. And I hope that God blesses it, And if that wasn't the Lord, then they're going to be blessed. If the Lord did not tell her that it was a mistake on her part, because we make those mistakes. I've made them. So I'm not downing her. I made them. Just about every relationship I had, I made that mistake, and sometimes you just want the relationship so bad. If that's the case, and it wasn't him, it was a mistake on her part and on his part, then they're fine. They're fine. But if the Lord actually did tell them that they're supposed to be together, then I think that a problem would have probably arise eventually, But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Again, I'm not putting anyone down, so please do not take it that way, people. I'm just saying, it's just discussion. It's just commentary, I just thought about it because I really, I didn't look at her relationships to have my relationship follow hers, but I just admired it because, they're a Black couple. They're young. They just look good together. She was always sleek and nice looking and dressed, just beautiful, and he was nice looking and dressed handsomely. And so you look at relationships like that and it's like, wow, who wouldn't want a relationship like that? So it was kind of heartbreaking to hear that they was going through a divorce, and that just got me to thinking, not passing judgment. It just got me to thinking, So anyway, I am going to end this video here, and we're going to get to packing because today we will be hitting the airport tonight about 12:30 midnight to fly back to the States. The vacation is over. It's done. It's kaput. 16 days here in Europe, guys. I had a fabulous time. It was awesome. We had a great time. It was just wonderful. So anyway, be seeing you all soon in the States. And with that being said, I'm going to say vielen Dank. That's thank you very much in German. So vielen Dank for watching me. And choose, that's what? That's bye in German.